Here's a quick podcast for all you true crime fans. The case of the missing Reese's. It was me at the store with my mouth. Motive? They're Reese's. What was I going to do? Stop myself? Tune in next time to see if I do it again. Spoiler, I will. Wow, that had everything. Reese's, suspense, Reese's.
Courage. I learned it from my adoptive mom. Hold my hand?
You hold my hand.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the Lost Podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
From your glade. That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories.
Yes. Now we're sounding young.
Now we sound young.
You know what?
Yes.
I feel young.
Yes.
Yes. I feel so like, oh, my 90s girl is showing today.
It's not, you're further away from the 90s than ever before.
No. I mean, my attitude. Look, I got my belly out.
No, you don't.
I got my head out the sunroof. I'm playing my favorite.
You actually can't physically have your head out the sunroof. I can because I'm a walking meme.
Yeah, but
Isn't that nice?
I could get a Yellow Pages. They make those anymore? I was saying I was feeling young earlier.
Yeah.
I'm again, because I feel like that all of 2023, I want to get back that energy. Do you remember?
I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing my dry Jan, playing Callista Protocol like a child.
I think that's really important. Embrace the child without touching a child.
It's a great game.
Embrace the allegorical child within. Like, just be that pixie-cutted girl. And then she's got the tank top on. You can see my nipples a little bit.
Imagine if you found out I went through a pixie phase.
Oh, you just look and you just see my little belly button hanging out of the top of my Jankos, man. That's me now, dude. I don't care what anybody says. I'm young again. I'm a little girl.
I had some Jenko friends, but I never had a Jenko phase. Welcome to Side Stories, everyone. Ben hanging out with Henry 2023. First episode. Hope everyone had a fantastic vacation. As
Mine
good
was
as
horrible.
humanly possible.
Mine was fucking horrible.
All right. Well, we have some updates from 2023.
Yeah,
a
dude.
Christmas gift indeed given to the world as 28-year-old piece of human shit. Brian Christopher Kohberger was arrested.
We got him.
He is the suspect in the killing of the Moscow University Slains.
We did it.
And we didn't do anything.
Yes. We
did
last podcast
nothing.
accepting the bag.
What are we accepting? What do we
we
even come close to doing?
I learned a lot from, I watched the Andrew Callahan, This Place Rules, I believe his name of the documentary on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And what Alex Jones pauses all the time, it's like, it's an info war. It's not an actual physical war.
It's an info war.
It's a war of words and data points. It ain't no actual physical war. That's why I was trying to back away his pedal out of it. That's what we did.
Yeah.
We brought the info war to this guy.
Well, we really didn't do anything like that. I did play Callahan's interview with Alex Jones on Top Hat. I didn't realize he's a great entertainer, and I did have to retract. I had criticism for him, but then I didn't realize he's so good.
No. And then they cut to really good. I love Andrew Callahan.
Yes, he's very funny.
Let's get into this motherfucker. All right, so this guy has been picked up again, alleged.
No, we don't. It doesn't matter. He's jerking off in front of POs. He actually is such a prime example of an uber douche. This man studied criminology. As a matter of fact, can we say one of his teachers was someone that we actually spoke with?
So now we know that he got a PhD. So Brian Kohberger is 28 years old. He traveled from Washington State University possibly to do this crime. Again, we don't know. But probably, yes.
Well, they say he was about 1.2 miles away from Idaho at the time.
It was very
crime.
quick. It was quick travel over there. We know that we got his DNA from some form of either 23andMe, some kind of generic a DNA compository. That's what they said, where they found it. They separated his DNA from within the house. They found it, and they tracked him with the footage of the white Elantra, right?
Absolutely.
So they tracked the Elantra. They picked him up. What we now also know is that he was a PhD in criminal justice, or he was at least attempting to be.
Criminology.
And one of his teachers was Kathleen Ramsden.
A woman that we interviewed for our Patreon series, a fantastic woman and one of the icons in criminology. He also had a teacher that he met with only via Zoom, and she said he was one of the brightest students she'd ever been with. But again, she didn't know how big he was. She didn't know how much he weighed. She never smelled him. She never had any actual interaction with him. And she only taught him over Zoom. She did recommend him for a PhD program. However, many people within his personal life say he went a little strange and, of course, severed ties with many of his close friends. So this is not an example of this man was so brilliant. He was about to become the greatest criminal mind of all time.
It never is.
No, he's just a loser asshole like every single one of them.
Well, we know for a fact he wasn't because he got caught on his first crime, as far as we know. But so he worked under Kathleen Ramsden, that we also know has one of the most, of all of the various researchers that we know, has a very intimate relationship with Dennis Rader, BTK.
Yes.
Now, there's a lot of rumors flying around about whether or not did Kohberger have any sort of conversations with BTK. We don't know. We know for a fact that BTK is very particular at who he speaks to. You have to fill out all his forms and you have to go through all of this rigmarole because how could you possibly sit at the knee of a master without being able to pass his many verbal tests? He does make you solve puzzles.
He does. A man who tied himself up, took pictures of his flaccid penis being tied up with the Polaroid, couldn't even stay hard, failed at that. Although the one thing that Dennis Rader did give us was Detective Popcorn with the Hot Dog Squad.
And I thank him every day in my prayers. When I do my prayer to Bezos, every night I sit on my knees and I say, oh, Bezos, the power of Soros. Please, please give me another crime that could give me a character as lasting as Detective Popcorn. I think about it every fucking day.
Well, this guy is not going to provide any characters, and I was fantasizing as I went to bed about interrogating him.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like because he's so far up his own ass and he wants to be like the Riddler, I would almost just mock. I mean, obviously, true talk. We all know this is horrific. 4 people died, right?
Oh, yeah.
But in the mind of this person, I think that he thinks that he was about to go cause another 9/11, and he didn't. And he wasn't even able to do the thing that he wanted to do, which is, again, as Henry said, get away with murder, as his father drove him across country.
They got picked up twice, which is interesting.
Very interesting.
They got picked up for tailgating, which I'm technically like I'm the Adolf Hitler of tailgating.
Well, you had your comeuppance later last year.
Yes.
And then, of course, they also got caught for speeding. But if you are a father right now and you're driving with your son, ask him what's up.
Yeah, be like, what's up? Check in. This is a good time to check in with your vacant-eyed. I want to say, because it does look like Brian Kohberger definitely went to the Adam Lanza school of mugshot modeling, which is like, I mean, must be very exclusive. He's got that crazy face. He's got what's called a turtle vest put on his body in his picture, which is how we know that he resisted arrest. He showed his dick to a bunch of officers. He freaked out when they went to go get him. I think that what's going to come out, we now there's some other information that has come out is that he went to Reddit. He was an active Reddit user. He would go and he would post surveys for his classes, which I then learned is actually pretty normal. It's pretty standard.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, if he's collecting research as a social science,
yes.
So you need people to fill out those forms, and that's how you get your data.
Right, yeah. And so that he can do that, right? So Brian Kohberger was doing that. It does seem much like Dennis Rader, which I could see why people are making the jump immediately, not just the Kathleen Ramsden connection, but also the fact that Dennis Rader went to school for criminal because with criminal justice, whatever the term is.
Criminology.
He went for criminology.
This.
We know Ted Bundy went and took a couple classes in criminal law.
I mean, he took a couple of classes.
Yes. I'm just saying these guys it fits the MO of shithead fake Riddler. These guys that think that they're going to become supervillains.
Right.
And then the actual process of becoming a supervillain is very difficult for them.
One of the funnier details is evidently, so after the murders, again, trying to really outthink everybody with his stupid mind, he wore gloves at the store.
Because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's like, that's not, again.
It's too late, dude.
The fingerprint is inside of you. It's called the human genome.
Yeah, dude, like, and you cut your finger. You cut your finger while you were doing the act, and then it got all over everything. And it's obviously how anybody feels about, like, giving your DNA up to a private company. It is a complicated issue.
I agree. Right? I completely agree.
When it comes to catching serial killers, it seems to work really well.
Well, don't even give him the credit. He's not a serial killer.
No, he's not. Well, technically, he's a spree killer. Wouldn't
a spree killer require a second location? Isn't he just a simple, not a simple, but
let me hit the boards.
hit the boards.
I'm gonna hack the mainframe. Does being a spree killer?
I believe you have to go to a second location. So I think he's a
location.
mass murderer because mass murder is 3 or more. So again, obviously, very serious here. But
between
in this guy's mind, he really wanted to be, the next big thing, which is, of course, a colossal
piece of shit. Yeah, he at least, he's got a goofy ass head. He looks like a guy you'd chase down the street going, Brandon.
Yes.
Hey, Brandon. Like he's a pretty, at least that's what I like. Anybody that looks sort of like, I believe it is from Always Sunny.
Oh.
He looks like, is it Daniel?
Oh, the weird brothers, the twins.
He looks like Glenn Howerton from Always Sunny.
Gotcha.
But
that's
obviously
a compliment.
the
Dennis.
meth version of him.
Yes, indeed. Of course,
Dennis.
that is Dennis. And the thing is with this guy, I don't believe that there is no storyline, much like Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold of him being bullied. No, he had a normal childhood. He had a normal life. He's the one who was a complete asshole. Ben Roberts, he's a graduate student in criminology and criminal justice at WSU. He says he was always looking for a way to fit in. He says, I had honestly just pegged him as being super awkward. And you're super awkward when you're super awkward in a room full of people who want to study human death.
I mean,
like when you're the one who stands out in a criminologist class where everyone else is like, so tell me, how many stab wounds would it take to the brain in order for me to understand that the ooze is going to come out of the left ear?
You're talking about your family and your friends. That's me, dude. That's what I want. I would love to.
But you fit in.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, because again, I'm fun. I'm fun and curious. Well, he's so curious about the wounds.
This is what he had to say, and perhaps this is why some of the BTK kind of characteristics are being discussed. This is what Ben Roberts said. He says, one thing he would always do, almost without fail, was find the most complicated way to explain something.
Oh, yeah.
He had to make sure.
He had to act like a genius about every single thing.
Yes, he says he had to make sure that you knew that he knew it.
It's like the cereal boxes.
Oh,
it's the same shit. Yes, it's very, very similar. And apparently, according to a breakdown of the difference between serial killers and spree killers, if we want to get into these reductive arguments about human behavior, it's about time period. And so spree killer is about doing a series of crimes up to 3 murders in a 7-day period with no cooling off period.
So I guess technically, he might be.
Yeah, serial killers are about flurries of activity over periods of time.
So hopefully the people of Idaho and Moscow can breathe a little easier and now get on with the mourning process, and hopefully some justice is served here. But
we'll see.
It's another example of just, you never fucking know what asshole is a mile away from you at any given time as you go through your life, and you're just like, I'm going to self-improve today. And then there's some moron sharpening a knife, looking at a picture of Jennifer Lopez, and just going out. And I mean, it's just scary. This really strikes at the heart of fear.
You just never know anybody. You don't know who your lover really is. You don't know who your best friends are. You don't know who your family is.
All right, well, let's not get crazy.
Well, I actually got some good, got some good, gossip on him.
Okay.
So I got a letter from someone who I went to high school with Kohberger. I went to school with Brian Kohberger. Growing up, I always got really weird feeling about him, like something was off. He was awkward and quiet, but he had a bad temper. Now, I do love this because obviously now, in hindsight, you every single thing can be sort of analyzed.
You talking about the veganism?
Well, this is not the veganism, but that makes absolute sense.
A meat eater didn't do this. A meat eater didn't do this.
No, because a meat eater knows you got to fucking let that meat rest.
Mm.
All right. Now, being a desperate 18-year-old. Now, see, he didn't interact with this listener didn't interact with the dude very much. But he said that he was out of weed. He was 18 years old. He was out of weed. All right.
Okay.
And he hung out with Kohberger because Kohberger said he knew someone who could buy weed from. He said, we can go. I know a guy. Right.
I'm so happy it's fucking legal in California.
I'm so glad. But also, again, remember, that guy who ever tells you, I know a guy, you just stay here, I'm going to leave with the money, never does.
No.
He knows no one. He knows you. And you gave him your money. And now he doesn't know you anymore because you're going to cut him off. But he said he went out. He said, I can get this guy, I can hook it up. So he went to a local mall. I gave him the money. He went off to, quote unquote, meet with the drug dealer. Now, when we got back to my car, he said that he had been robbed. And we had to leave.
He was robbed.
I was some kind of Asian. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, I was robbed, right?
Little
and then we had to leave.
guy there. Yeah.
He was acting erratic. I doubted he was actually robbed, but I was also scared, which I could see why you're scared. When someone does those type of ostentatious lies, it's kind of freaky.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like, why are you doing this?
I was watching this some YouTube video of a cop that had then was put into jail for 440 years for serial rape. I forget what his name was, but hearing him, he was caught red-handed. He was an older police officer that was the guy that was the serial rapist. He was caught at the window of his next victim, like trying to get in, and he was like, what I did was not scary. Like, he kept saying this thing, I did not frighten that woman. It was like, well, it was you were the
frightening.
one. Yeah. And so someone who says those kind of lies, to me, it freaks me out, right? So I was scared. I got this kind of off feeling about Kohberger. Now, I agreed to take him home, and the whole time he kept saying that he was happy I was there with him. And he can't believe that we're friends now. We're friends now.
No.
And this was the first and the last time we ever hung out, and probably the third time we ever even talked our entire lives. I dropped him off at his parents' community where he was just recently arrested. Now, he asked me to come hang out inside, but there was something in me telling me to get as far as fuck away from this dude as I possibly could. Now, at the time, I thought he was maybe like on hard drugs or pills, but now I'm not sure what that erratic behavior was from because, but again, nothing insidious happened, but this is not the only story I heard.
It's the feeling you get around people, and you got to trust those feelings.
It's that shit. It's all that weird. I hate that because, I mean, I get it. We've all had messy periods. Right? I've been an unreliable person at times.
I bleed. You should every month.
Your periods are heavy.
Whoa,
I think that we need to call a hospital or a military base. Like, there's something going on inside of you that's trying to come out. I was first concerned, but you were so...
Doctor said I'm not supposed to bleed down there.
Yeah, you were just normal about it. You were just sitting in it. Well, what are you going to do?
Well, what are you going to do? So, so just lastly, he seemed, he had OCD tendencies. He made all of this...
some of us do.
Some of us do.
Some of us do.
Some of us are crazier than others.
Well, some of us are hypervigilant, and our vigilance makes us so good at podcasting that other people can't compare.
Yeah.
And that's me. No stone unturned. No page unturned.
No stone unturned. Absolutely.
Again, you can't just abandon your messy friend because sometimes they are just fucked up right now. And yeah, maybe they're inhalants. They're doing some inhalants.
I don't think that this was a friend abandonment situation.
No,
I think this was a man who was lied to about getting drugs and then he was stolen from. And then the guy thought that was going to make a bonding friendship.
Yeah, I think that, yes.
But that's because I remember, like, usually when someone steals from you, that it's the end of a friendship.
That's normally the end of a friendship. But he thought
that was the beginning of it.
Well, it's because he said he was robbed, and then he thought that they were trauma bonded by his fake robbery.
Yeah, but I don't know.
No.
Anyway, so yes, it's just strange that he would be to continue with the animal thing. The vegan wore the long pig. And if he truly did care about animals, he would not kill the long pig, which is human being.
Whoa, very deep.
Live from your grave.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out online. Yes, that's right. You don't have to smash your face with a hammer. You can just start a business. It's got everything you need on Squarespace, from securing your domain to building a professional site and showcasing your work all in one place. Let's say you want to show everybody how you can carve your ribs out of your lower abdomen so that you look more like a Ken doll. That's amazing. You can bring your vision to life with AI-powered design or curated templates, plus flexible editing tools that helps you create something that truly reflects your style, especially if you are somebody that is trying to corrupt the young men of America. That's what Squarespace is really going to help you. Squarespace makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to put all that together, and you just go to Squarespace and do it all. Thanks, Braden. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Summer means freedom. And for adults, summer means work next to freedom. But thanks to Mint Mobile's summer sale, it can almost feel like the work is playtime for the adults. Right now, all of Mint's plans are $15 per month, even unlimited. Free yourself from big wireless and switch to Mint Mobile for high-speed data and coverage on the T-Mobile 5G network. It's so well connected, I could call from anywhere. Deep from well within my bunker, where my AI-fueled robots slowly but surely toil for me, but I know for a fact I'm saving money on my phone plan. Or up above, where I'm training all of my giant Amazon female warriors who will fight in bulletproof mesh. Also, honestly, Mint Mobile's really cheap and it's really reliable, so you should use it. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 per 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabyte hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
Hey there, all you Quinceaholics. Oh, I feel so good. I got the breeze coming through my linen pants and my linen shirt. Oh, it's too hot for my cashmere sweater. Thank God I got this wonderful undershirt and sunglasses to keep my eyeballs safe from the radiation of a star that's trying to kill all of us. I digress. Listen. Quince has got anything you need. They're going to help you out. They're going to change your life. You like simple, plain, good-looking clothes with high-quality fabrics? Quince your hiney. Get in there. Take care of yourself. Be good to you and dress like a prince when you're wearing your Quince. I got a silver chain. Woo! Doctor, I got a silver chain. It looks great. You can get anything you want. They have gold bars. All right, you want to buy a gold bar? Quince got a gold bar. All right, you go get that for yourself. You treat yourself nice and you dress even better. Upgrade your everyday. Go to quince.com/last for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/last for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/last.
Well, you mentioned war, and I want to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Again.
Because war is our lightest topic.
Well, going back into 2022, just for a second, this story dropped, and we just have to cover it because we cover all rectum stories.
And it's honestly, and again, it's about bringing the war home. Because the one thing in America we don't see, the only time we saw was 9/11, right? When that war showed up at our doorstep. But guess what we did? We said, hey, we're going to give war to everybody else for the next 20 years.
Absolutely. Right? It's the gift that keeps on giving here in America. World War I, what a fun one that was.
Hey, man, it was the first one.
There was a dude, he was super old, who was going through the security, he was going through a French hospital, right?
And, so he was in a French hospital.
Yeah, the French hospital. It was partly evacuated after they found an old school, what appeared to be artillery shell from World War I in the guy's asshole.
Oh, yeah, that is wow.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny is that I did not see the size of the object.
It's huge.
Holy fucking shit. That's like the size of a loaf of Wonder Bread.
It also kind of looks like a dick.
Well, yeah.
So it sort of works.
Yeah, but how in the living fuck? I guess when I saw the story, I never looked at the picture.
Yeah, it's huge, right?
Whoa.
That's an artillery shell, bro. That was back in the day when we used to do that.
Wait a second.
As opposed
so not
to
even
now.
The tail wasn't sticking out.
I assumed that he thought it was going to stop it from going in. So he's 88 years old, and I almost give him some credit for this. He went to Hospital Saint Mousse in Toulon, and he was like, I got this old little paraphernalia in my butthole.
My back hurts.
Yeah.
And that's how I'd start. Excuse me. It seems I have a bit of a gas in the back.
Yes. And so the emergency occurred from 9 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. On Saturday evening. It required an intervention of bomb disposal personnel, the evacuation of adult and pediatric emergencies, as well as the diversion of incoming emergencies.
So work.
But it is it's full of what appears to be human shit after it was removed. And
what I do love is that bomb disposal experts, they arrived, right? And this is according to the New York Post. But it is funny because they showed up, obviously everyone freaks out and they're like, why'd you call us?
Right.
This could barely work. This thing's filled with human shit. You're immediately upset. It's why'd you call us out here for this man's antique dildo?
It's 8 inches long,
dude,
and more than 2 inches wide. So I mean, it will.
We're
gonna
put up the picture.
Done.
We're gonna put up this picture because I cannot believe.
And I'm actually going to disagree with the New York Post reporting here because this sentence does get under my skin a little bit. It's believed, quote, the pervy patient. Leave the guy alone. He's 88 years fun. He just wants to have a good time.
Remember the guy that fell on the last one? He said he fell. You remember that one? Maybe he did that too. Maybe he had a tumble.
I think that this guy literally was just like, no, I was having sex with World War I, and then it went back into my butthole. But of course, he fought. He is the greatest generation in World War II, so why not get back to your roots? One doctor declared, an apple, a mango, or even a can of shaving cream. We are used to finding unusual objects inserted where they shouldn't be, but a shell?
Shaving cream.
But a shell? Never.
I guess that's my thing, right? I thought what's nice about dildos and butt plugs is that they have the rounded edges.
Well, that's
isn't that what gives you the pleasure? And yes, the girth. The girth and the filling does, but I don't really understand because it feels like, especially if you look at that back end of this thing, that has to hurt, right?
Well, because I don't think he thought it was going to go all the way in. I actually think he thought the back of it was going to make sure that it didn't, penetrate the final wall there.
It's bigger than Wendy. You know what I mean? It's bigger than my dog.
Well, but it doesn't weigh as much as your dog.
Yeah, Wendy's 7 pounds. This is an 8 pound.
It's an 8 inch. It's 8 inches. It can't be 8 pounds.
Look at this fucking thing.
Yes.
It looks like a thermos that you'd give to a construction worker if you're a sweet homemaking woman.
Well, isn't that nice? And of course, what a fun way to drink coffee that would be. And lastly, in 2022, just to end it all, a man had sex with his friend's dog in public before destroying a church nativity scene. So there you go.
Hey, man, the last box on your bingo card of 2022. And you know what's nice is?
Yeah.
You got bingo. What did you win? Nothing but gout.
Nothing but gout. The guy was his name. We have to say his name. It's Chad Mason.
Yeah, Chad Mason needs to be named out loud for having sex with the dog.
And what kind of dog was it? The Golden Doodle.
Well, okay.
The Golden Doodle.
You know, kind of in a way, is it weird to say like
he's just a normal looking guy. So again,
yep, he's too normal for that. Yeah.
What is going on?
This Chad Mason. Yeah,
I'm just happy we're in 2023.
Well, he destroyed I agree. The nativity scene. Destroy the nativity scene.
Well, why?
I mean,
why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
People work really hard to set those up, don't they?
I was just in Florida for a too long of a period of time, and I really do think that you could look at the nativity scenes and you could see how much fun they'd be to wipe out with your car.
Well, right, yeah, that's
but not fucking the dog.
No,
I think fucking the dog is really how we're stepping over the line here.
Yeah, I mean, the nativity scene is certainly a long second when it comes to crimes. I mean, it's just a series of different kind of mannequins.
It's just mannequins.
But I always say, just leave things alone. But anyway, speaking of not leaving things alone, Henry, Scientology. Do you want to talk about this?
Dude, it's all the rage, man. It's back in play, dude. Everybody's ready to go. Look at Kirstie Alley beat cancer.
She's dead.
Look at this other OT8. Yeah, man. No, she beat cancer. She is in a digital prison with LRH right now. Okay? And then also Whitney Mills, an unfortunate OT8 Scientologist that set herself on fire.
What?
And then when it didn't work, she committed suicide by shooting herself in the head because she was diagnosed with cancer. And according to OT5, you've already beat cancer, friend. That must be a pimple inside of your ovaries.
Well,
and it's not good, man. But it's, again, because in OT5, they believe that you are past physical disease.
Yes.
And when you get to OT8, technically, that's when you can see through objects. You could astrally project. You don't want to suck dick anymore.
Right.
You can fucking have the craziest, thickest ropes shot into the back of the egg sac of a full fucking uncut trout if you want to.
Sure.
Because you're in charge of your body, not the lamestream media.
Well, of course, Tom Cruise does do his own stunts, which is kind of cool.
He is truly a testament. If anybody actually succeeded because of Scientological training, it's Tom Cruise.
Now, Scientological training, obviously, like anything, sure, perhaps someone might get encouragement, but it's really the belief that you're going to cure your own cancer that's the problem.
Well,
also, David Miscavige.
Oh, we're going to get to it. They've been looking for David Miscavige. He'd been trying to serve him 3 different subpoenas for labor trafficking. Right?
So he's going to go. Now, this reminded me much of the Nexium case with Keith Raniere. Is this possibly where they're going to, obviously these are serious criminal charges. It's human trafficking, which also Governor Abbott and Governor DeSantis should be charged with for what they're doing with the migrants being sent all over the country. But what do you, is this literally how they're going to try to
get ripped apart?
Get ripped apart?
I really wonder, because they've been doing this process for a long time. So now what the crimes are is that I believe it is 2 or 3 former members of Sea Org, that are suing Miscavige because what they're saying is, we gave you years of free labor. You trucked us back and forth
they were
across
kids.
When they were kids, and you trucked us back and forth across state lines. And so now it's like an FBI thing. And so David Miscavige has been just ignoring these people and shuttling between these various homes. And for a while, they were kind of wondering, did he go by the way of Shelley Miscavige and go up? Because right now, Shelley Miscavige, if she is alive, which we think she is.
I thought she was found, right?
Well, there's rumors. The rumors of her death have been greatly exaggerated.
It's never good when your wife has to give secret messages like the leader of Al-Qaeda.
She is technically on a vacation away from her vacation. She is in Twin Peaks, California.
Good.
It's like 2.5 hours north from here.
Is there really a Twin Peaks, California?
Yes, it is. It's between
2 peaks?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Got him!
Yeah, call it Clitoris, California.
That's where the snakes go.
Oh, nice.
But she goes, and her job is, she works for what I believe it's the CST. I believe it's like the Council of Scientological Training. I forget what it actually stands for.
So she is involved in Scientology.
If she's not a total prisoner, she is there archiving LRH's final writings to be hidden in an underground bunker to be safely stowed away from the thermonuclear war that LRH said was going to end all society, right?
It's the easiest prediction you can make.
Yeah, man, he did it as soon as he did it. Kobe! Like, you say that last one as he died.
As soon as the nuke was created, they're like, that's the end of the world.
Yeah, of course,
That's the easiest prediction you can make.
It works. It works. But they found him because they knew for a fact that David Miscavige was going to be at a New Year's Eve party in Clearwater, Florida. He went down there. Well, it wasn't so much a party. It was because I actually find it weird that I was on the YouTube channel Growing Up in Scientology. He covers it in a lot of detail. Part of what he talks about is the fact that normally on New Year's Eve or Christmas, or when they do these big functions, it's David Miscavige coming out being like, we are doing nothing but expansion. Bigger numbers than ever before.
Yeah.
We solved crime in Colombia. We stopped prison recidivism in Mexico, like you say every year. And
it's nonsense.
It's not real. But this year it was smaller. It was intimate. And it's way more apparently like he's trying to bring in things. He's bringing in things close, which is not very good. To 600 of his closest trained members, like all these like high level Scientologists, went down to Clearwater for this New Year's Eve talk. I think they handed him the summons. I'm not quite certain, but at least we know that he is now in Florida. But yes, David Miscavige is back alive. Shelley Miscavige is still probably alive. I can't wait to get deeper into this, but I do think what's interesting is that with the OT8, when Whitney Mills, she got diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
And, they don't really they don't believe in a lot of formal medicine Scientology. They really think that you can think your way out of it.
Therapy, pharmaceuticals.
No therapy. Yeah, they hate therapy. They hate pharmaceuticals. They think you can fix it.
Some pharmaceuticals can be effective. We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
No, it's not about that. It's just they don't like it. They just don't like anything. So they apparently, the police went to go investigate her suicide. And when they went to talk to Scientology, they found out that Whitney had called saying she needed to ask the D of P for what they called an assist reference suicide.
Oh.
Right? Detective Hippolyte, this comes from Raw Story. They contacted the Church of Scientology, right? And they said that, DFP refers to director of processing, and that a quote unquote an assist was a Scientological method of healing that was quote unquote not physical, right? So so you weren't trying to assist her suicide. And they're like, no way, no.
So it's
never.
the equivalent. This is the sort of thoughts and prayers Scientology version. Is that
Kissel? No, there's tech. So yes, this is what you did.
I got a meme that said it.
No, this is tech, bro. There's a whole system here. So what they said is okay, obviously you're sick, you're sad. You got to overcome your depression. You got to do a locational. And what that means is you got to do a locational, which means walking around.
Sounds good, bud. to shit in a playground.
Pretty much. You walk around and you point to various objects and you order to distract yourself. You literally go,
no, they're doing
airplane. That's a bulletin board. Burger King.
That's the moron character from Anchorman.
Yes, and you do that, right? You do that. That helps release. Try it next time. Try it. Look, coffee can.
Child. I pointed at you.
Kissel, you're eviscerating me right now. Spit on me. Spit on me, boy.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just a 90s girl. 90s girl.
That is not even what 90s girls were all
Step
about.
on me, bitch.
Whatever.
I'm a whore.
You're not doing good at being a kid. That's not what children are like. Okay.
And then or to do a PAB6 is what they also referred her to do, which involves getting proper food and sleep, daily walks, listing out all of your incomplete situations.
Chemotherapy?
No, because that's for cucks. This is better than that because guess what? You get to do it by yourself. You don't need these so-called institutions, my friend.
I'm just very surprised that some of the smartest people are also the dumbest. I think about that with Steve Jobs all the time, where I think he just changed to like semen shakes and he's like, this'll work. I'm drinking my own cum now. And it's like, no, Mr. Jobs, you need to work with science.
He ate like papayas or something.
Something
it was like
very
one
stupid.
Fruit that he ate all the time.
It was a fruit, and it was just like, he's like, this is going to work. And then all the doctors were like, really not going to work. And then I think he could still be alive today, but he's like a genius theoretically, but then also a total freaking moron.
Yeah, it was all fruit. He was a fruitarian, which honestly sounds like a fun newsletter in a local gay scene.
It really does, doesn't it? That's fantastic. Very classy, keeping it cool. So when it comes to auditing, Scientology thinks that they do it the best, but I think we know who does do it the best, the federal government.
Our fucking boys in black and white.
If they end up...
I love my IRS guys. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. I want to say this on camera and on microphone. I love and support the IRS.
That's fantastic, and I will lie right along with you because...
No, that's not a lie.
This is the only way that I can rationalize. I love the end of the year. I think we should pay taxes like different than at the end of the year, because then it's like, here you get sledgehammered to beat and beat.
What if I just go like...
tired.
Instead of me paying taxes, what if I just go be a cop for a month?
Ooh.
Free cop services.
Yes, military. If you join the military 1 month out of the year, no taxes. Well, it depends what kind of military service we're talking here. But it's really pretty brutal usually.
I would actually really prefer, I think I would do well in the lunch service.
Yes, indeed. So anyway, we'll figure out what's going on with Scientology. Is this the beginning of the end of, at very least, the reign of Miscavige? Because I don't think that L. Ron Hubbard, I don't think that he would really like the way Scientology is being disseminated these days.
I would think he'd be very disappointed.
Yes.
He'd be because honestly, he always wanted his son to take over.
What happened to his son?
He got full-on rolled. Like, as his son did take over, you wait. There's going to be we're going to be doing a Scientology update very soon.
Is his son still in Scientology?
No, his son died a long time ago. But LRH's son was in charge, and then it all fell apart for him. Then his grandson now writes slam poetry about it. Actually, I like it. Like, he does good. Like, it's very evocative. But basically, he talks a lot about his father's perspective of LRH and about how open LRH was with his own son and family about the quote unquote like OTO black magic angles that he would not tell anybody outside of his family. That's how we know all the Jack Parsons stuff. That was because, or at least from this outside of Jack Parsons' world, was that he actually told his son, like, he gave him all the books of Aleister Crowley and was like, this is the real shit. This is the stuff that's behind this
then with Miscavige, I think they got a little bit away from the spiritual angle of it.
We got into real estate.
Went into real estate.
And then all the labor and the spraying people with the hoses and slapping guys.
I was thinking about that. What was it? Was it Thoreau, the My Scientology movie?
Yeah.
Where they had Miscavige, the man, I believe it was a reenactment where the guy just comes in and freaks out and the guy's like, that's exactly what he would do.
Yeah.
Because Miscavige is like 5'4", which is scary.
You got to be a tornado if you want to get the kind of respect if you're under 5'5".
I know. Jerry, my little dog, the Beagle Chihuahua, Fernando can attest. He's scary.
Yeah, man, that's why I find that when I wear boots with a little bit of a heel, I'm nicer.
Live from your grave.
One of the most exciting things about a new year is that you have no idea what adventures are in store for you. That sounds really menacing, and actually I'm very afraid of the future. But from travel experiences to picking up new skills, there is no better way to prepare for 2023 than by learning a new language with Babbel, the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. With Babbel, you only need 10 minutes to complete a lesson, and that's easy. Everybody's got 10 minutes. Honestly, I spend 10 minutes in the bathroom just hanging out. I should be learning a language instead of slowly ruining my colon. I picked up Babbel just so that I could learn Klingon, and it turns out, man, there's not a lot of options for Klingon because, weirdly, conversely, they just send you better help notifications. When you start trying to get an app to teach you Klingon because they're like, it's not made up, this isn't helping you. They're like, why aren't you raising a family? And it's like, all right, you're right. I should learn French. Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/left. That's BABBEL.com/LEFT for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel. Language for life.
Is there anything better than a summer evening outdoors? Enjoy your space to the fullest with new greenery from Fast Growing Trees. I love a big, thick bush. Fast Growing Trees is America's largest, most trusted online nursery, and they can send me a big, thick bush any time of the day. It arrives at work. It arrives at my car. I can pinpoint on a Google map where it is. Send me a big, thick, brown bush. And they send it immediately when they have it, because sometimes the shaver comes to town. I remember one time I ordered a cherry wood tree from Fast Growing Trees. And my God, I couldn't cut it down, no matter what my father told me to do. I had to lie to him about it. And next thing you know, I became the first president of the United States of America. And even you can become the first president of the United States of America with Fast Growing Trees. Right now, get up to half off select summer planning essentials, plus get an additional 20% off your first purchase with code LEFT at checkout. That's an additional 20% off at fastgrowingtrees.com with code LEFT at checkout. Offer is valid for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply. This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. It's so important to remember with the busyness of the holidays, every holiday, Arbor Day, that day about the planet, President's Day. There's so many things to adapt to in this life, and it doesn't follow a perfect plan. God, ruins the whole weekend. But therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform, it can be a space to pause, reevaluate, and adjust to any unexpected changes. With over 30,000 therapists worldwide, BetterHelp is one of the leading online therapy platforms, having served millions of people globally. BetterHelp makes it easier to fit therapy into your routine. You're in good hands, too. BetterHelp therapists have at least 3 years and 1,000 hours of hands-on experience, and hold all required education, training, and certifications. It's easy to do, and the help is better over there. You don't have to navigate life's changes alone. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/lastpod. That's betterhelp.com/lastpod. In the United States of America, there's a break-in every 26 seconds. That means somewhere, right now, an intruder is getting closer. The problem is most security systems only alert you after a break-in has already started. That's too late. Choose SimpliSafe to secure your home. Using the Outdoor Camera Series 2 and advanced AI alerts, SimpliSafe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them, stopping crimes before it starts. That's real peace of mind. They've got a really great security system that makes sure people don't get in your house or it makes a big noise. And to me, that's a big deal for me, is that it protects all of our yelling with a siren in our studio, which is one of the most important things that can be protected. I don't care if thieves come and kidnap us. I don't care if marauders come and steal our staff and bring them to another country against their will. As long as our words aren't affected, as long as our precious data isn't affected. And SimpliSafe does that. And for that, I say, God bless you, Simply Safe. God bless you. God bless you, Simply Safe. God bless you. Experience greater peace of mind with Simply Safe, now available with an exclusive discount for our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/LPOTL. That's half off at simplysafe.com/LPOTL. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
All right, well, speaking of psychopaths, this story is kind of actually just cute. You want to talk about this Tesla story really quick?
Oh, is this? Yeah, it's sort of cute.
It's kind of cute. We'll lighten it up a little bit.
Well, this is a little bit more of a consumer beware.
Consumer beware. So there's
Watch your wallet, bitch.
What's the point of license plates? Why do I care where you're from? So a 45-year-old dude, he was reclined in his seat. He decided to put on the autopilot on his Tesla. He was going 70 miles an hour. Turns out that the cops wanted to make a traffic stop, but the Tesla's like, fuck you cops. I'm a Tesla dude. I don't give a fuck.
That's not good.
And it led to a police chase on the Autobahn.
Yeah, man. And he was asleep, right?
Yes.
And so his car went into police chase mode while he was asleep, which is incredible.
It's pretty cute.
I also just that wake up of the, and then like that gun, one gun in your mouth, like
Well, this is Germany, so they become a lot nicer these days. So the cops, they looked by the car. They finally got up to it at 70 miles an hour. They looked and they're like, oh, that driver's asleep. Police said this strengthened the suspicion that he had left the controls on autopilot and fallen asleep. It does turn out, though, that this guy may be committing a crime because he was absolutely fucked up on drugs.
No way.
But I also feel like if we're going to have autopilot, this is what it's for.
Well, this is this crux, right? Where now what we are seeing is that where, I don't want to go into any sort of Musk or Tesla fucking. I don't want to talk at all about the.
You don't want to talk about how fun the midlife crisis is that he's trying to make everyone go through.
I just don't want to be a part of his world, and it's just another person who's just like forcing me to be a part of this fucking shitty little world. But
don't look on it.
A part of it is that it's just the frustration we're all having. Is that he promised this idea that we're going to have these cars that are essentially going to make us dinner and fuck our husbands. And guess what? They're not doing it, right? The cars are not we're not there yet. And also human beings are unpredictable.
Yes.
And we're a little bit we don't fit into a lot of the algorithms because sometimes, I don't know if the algorithm says sometimes, truckers, they jerk off while they're driving.
They have to.
And guess what? They're not paying attention. And that's these X factors.
I actually don't know if they can jerk off when they're driving. It's an 18-wheeler. It's like multiple shifts.
How long do you need to do it? Now, how many fingers, man? I can jerk off with 2 fingers in 45 seconds.
A female truck driver?
No, me. A man can. All you need is these two. All you need is these two to create a little hallway for your penis, and all you need to do is you just got to get the little area that you got to get it going. Especially if you're driving.
We're working with different utensils.
I'm just saying, if you got there's things out there the Teslas can't figure it out, and this is what we all want. But again, we remember when they were trying them in Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is one of the big robotic centers of the country.
I know,
and they're sending all the Teslas out, and they're just killing people and shit, which I do think is in its way very funny. But I also know that it's bad for it. It's bad for the car. Just if electronic vehicles in general, it's bad for it. But
I don't think Tesla, which is a data company, I don't think they're going to be the one to perfect it. I do remember when we did our show in Oakland. I believe it was the Fox Theater. Someone was stabbed right outside of it. And we got into a self-driving car the next day to go to San Francisco to fly out. And the guy's like, look at this. I don't have to touch the wheel. And then we went over a bridge. He's like, doesn't work over water.
Yeah.
So it's a hoverboard.
You're going to want to touch that wheel, though.
So
because, while you're driving in the autopilot, because Cena has one, and he showed me, you need your hands on the wheel.
Yeah, because it's deeply unreliable.
It doesn't do it.
And the car doesn't go to jail.
No.
If you kill someone, there's not a Tesla prison, and then Tesla's like, let me out of here. It's like, no, you go to jail.
That would be kind of cool because then they can get the death penalty, and then you could take them for parts. You can strip them for parts afterwards.
I think that's the plot of the next Transformers.
Whoa, is that Cars 9?
Oh. All right, well, let's move on.
I have some good UFO footage.
Dude, there's been a bunch of UFO stuff. You said that you didn't like the one over Wisconsin, though, huh?
The one over Wisconsin, I thought was pretty, but I feel that it's plasma.
Okay.
I think that it might be plasma, but the one over our favorite city on the face of this goddamn planet, beautiful Sin City. The land of every type of height and every type of low you can get in your pocket. Sin City, home away from home. But when you get down there, you never know what you're going to see on the ground, never mind in the skies, right? You
Human
just see
vomit
everything.
on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
UFOs in the sky.
A detachable titty.
Unidentified poopy objects on the floor.
Now,
and
if you look
UFOs
at
in the
this,
sky.
so if you see this UFO, all right, now look at this thing. We'll show the footage of this. Now, Las Vegas, can't wait to be back in your bosom.
I did just watch the David Copperfield show, and I wonder if this is part of it. Because he does sort of have a magical UFO type segment.
So he controls all of the sky? So he's some kind of Gandalf who controls every layer of sky.
After
he can tell the clouds what to do.
If you do get a chance to see Copperfield do it, he's really bitter and old and kind of angry, but he's wonderful.
That's what makes him good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I loved about him.
Now, this is over Sapphire, Las Vegas. Have you ever been in Sapphire?
No.
Is it good? It's a pool club. Wink, wink, wink.
Oh, this is the Club Sapphire.
Yeah, Club Sapphire. Have you ever been in there?
I don't do any of the pools. They're full of piss. They're absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
No one is sober.
Wear some
And no
shoes.
one's going to the bathroom.
No, exactly.
Well, they are.
They're all just smiling and they're up to their navels in the water. And you're like, well, you've been in there for 7 hours. Sir.
It's urine.
But if you look at this video, now this was filmed above the Sapphire Las Vegas. It is a series of colored lights. Now, as you notice around it are the actual lights of the strip itself that are glazing on top of it. So it's not from the strip.
Mm-hmm.
There is some form of weird, it looks amorphous. It's fun. Could be plasma, right? But what they're trying to say now is that it might be it's
course, certainly not a Southwest airline because those didn't take off.
Kiss off. Leave them alone.
No,
They've gotten enough.
No, they have not.
No,
an American still owes me quite a bit of money because they left me stranded in Dallas for Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Very bad holiday.
Yeah.
Now, what they're saying, now, meteorologists, of course, they got to fucking figure out a way to keep their precious fucking jobs.
Yeah.
Right? So they'll say whatever the fuck it is that gets us to all like, okay, Mr. Meteorologist, I guess that makes sense, right? Because he says that it's not spacecraft, but rather, now this is from KLAS in Las Vegas. He says a rare atmospheric weather event happened called light pillars. Now, the National Weather Service, quote unquote, National Weather Service, what does the country have to do with weather? Because the weather belongs to Mother Earth. Right?
Okay.
So, first of all, got your fucking ass there.
Yes.
Right? So it says light pillars can be seen when certain atmospheric conditions combine with colder weather, resulting in reflective light seen in the clouds. Now, listen, this is what this fucking nerd says, right? This is long pillars of multicolored light streaking the sky seem like the perfect backdrop for impending alien invasion. But in reality, light pillars are a common effect that can be found all over the world.
Yes, so the meteorologists are just trying to explain exactly what happened there. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to get answers as opposed to living in a world of lies.
They do come from above, not extraterrestrials, but tiny crystals of ice. They're hanging in the atmosphere. Ice is very thin. Like me, I'm a meteorologist. Ain't nothing but salads.
That's not
I'm
true.
Weak. I have weak blood.
Meteorologists are either beautiful women or very fat men.
Yes, and
those are the only two.
That's some of my
only
favorite.
two I trust.
Absolutely. You better be over 275 if you're a man and under 75 if you're a woman. Now, when ice drifts down to the air, it falls close horizontally, right? At the top and the bottom are the faces with more area. Ice is very reflective, and so when light hits those wider faces, it bounces around and reflects.
Yeah, it sounds better if it's just a UFO. So anyway, that's exciting news. And no matter what, if you are in Las Vegas, you're tripping frickin' balls. At the very least, you've been up for 3 days and you're hammered. You look up in the sky and you see some kind of fun like that. It gives you another day, doesn't it?
You know what? And you know what you do? Always videotape it and go, "What's that, y'all?
What's that, y'all?
What's that, y'all?
What's that, y'all?"
And that's how you know what you saw.
Absolutely. Well, let's come back to Earth. Let's go to Kalamazoo County, Michigan.
Kalamazoo is probably my favorite name for a city.
I love Kalamazoo. It's a great name. It rolls right off the tongue. And what kind of zoo would it be? Who's Kalama?
And that's why we're here to unpack it.
Absolutely. So a conservation officer with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, it sees this guy, right? And he's all hammered. His name is Joshua Salas. He's got a PT Cruiser, and the guy is like, okay, well, I better go see what's going on over here, right? So,
have you ever been in a PT Cruiser?
Yes. I don't mind the headroom.
It is the Maroon 5 of cars.
Yeah, I'm not a, we had the PT Cruiser came out in sort of like, what if we go back to the 20s phase?
Yeah.
I think people were doing flapping again. There were flappers.
Yeah, flapping was happening.
And
the Zoot Suit Riot.
But again, if you are in a PT Cruiser, whatever it takes, and I'm not dissing the car because I could imagine it's cozy, to be honest.
Well,
have they made new ones?
I feel like there are new PT Cruisers, but I think mostly they give them out to like
forever.
They give them out to those little towns where they keep all the sex offenders in like a trailer park. Is that wrong?
True.
No. I'm sorry.
That's not true.
Am I offending the PT Cruiser?
I think that's the new Elantra. The Hyundai Elantra is probably going to take a little bit of a hit.
Oh, yes. Yes, very much. No, I think that the PT Cruiser is a masculine car.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So
yeah, they're still making them.
The man in the vehicle. He was parked there. He said he was there to listen to the owls and he wanted to be left alone. But then the dude noticed an open, tall container of Natty Ice. And then the guy was like, well, buddy, you're in your car. What's going on here? And the officer asked the guy, how drunk are you on a scale from 1 to 10? And the guy said, I'm at a 5. I love this guy. He says, I'm at a 5. I'll be honest, I'm drunk.
So he's a 5?
Yeah, he's 5, right? So then the cop starts doing sobriety tests, which, again, he already gave you the answer. No reason to take the test.
Yeah, you're very
This is like Jeopardy.
intoxicated.
The answer comes first. You know. What is DUI? So partway through the sobriety test, the guy drops his pants to his ankles and takes a shit right there in his PT Cruiser bumper.
That's his car, right?
Yep.
Hey, you're allowed. That's your car. It's your home. That's your dog. You do what you got to do with it.
But this is why this guy was close to becoming Hero of the Week, because on the way to the place where they're going to detain him, and maybe it was to the hospital to get a blood draw, the guy says, the officer starts using his GPS, and the guy says, man, I'm the drunk one here, and I have to give you directions on how to take me to jail? You moron.
Yeah, tell him.
So there you go.
His life's going to be like fucked.
Yes.
Because of this.
During the blood draw, the man also mentioned that the nurses were not drawing his blood, but instead, quote, it's all beer. Not going to lie to you. He says pure, natural ice.
I think that he is going to go to jail.
Yeah.
That is, again, a lot of our heroes in America, they were revolutionaries.
They really were.
And they're the ones that sewed the flag. Betsy Ross would have done that. Betsy Ross definitely would have drank in a case of Natty Light and fucking shat on the PT Cruiser because she had to suck George Washington's dick. Right? And that's a fucking Maine Dolger right there. She's fighting for fucking America. She doesn't give a shit. Her pussy made America.
And you say Natty Light, but my friend, again, this is Natty Ice, which is, I can still taste it from college.
Look at, as I typed in the word PT Cruiser, look at what the fucking algorithm did. It said over here, Chrysler, this is the first thing the article pops up. Chrysler PT Cruiser Mania. Could it happen today? Now it says right here, this is the most, did a PT Cruiser write this? These days, the Chrysler PT Cruiser is largely mocked. In fact, it was recently featured in the Grand Tour for a showcase of the worst American cars ever made, a sentiment many share. But when it launched in 2000 for the 2001 model year, people literally lined up for their chance to own one. And it cuts to these PT Cruiser festivals. Look at this group of monsters.
I don't remember the PT Cruiser festivals.
Look at this PT Cruiser festival. Look at this guy with a surfboard.
Yeah.
He's putting his surfboard in there. I was like, no, man. You're not going to you're going to the diabetes clinic.
It's very bizarre. It's like MAGA meets windsurfing.
Why do they like the PT Cruiser so much?
I don't remember the PT Cruiser. I remember the phase, I guess, but yeah, could it happen today? Again, it looks like an old-timey mob car, and I don't hate it. I don't. It's kind of like, and I'm not going to diss one of our best friends in the entire world, but Subaru. I won't buy it for political reasons.
Oh, wow.
Because
you're coming for Marcus's Steve.
I'm just saying that it's good for Marcus.
It is good for Marcus. He likes to haul. He likes to go hiking.
Yes, and it's good for Marcus. See that? Same thing with Tesla. It's good for people who have Teslas, like Cena.
Well, see, this is his bless your heart. Right? This is his thing. He says these things. Is he saying, I'm not insulting you. I'm not insulting you.
It's good for you.
It's good for, that's good for you. Oh, I love that journey for you.
For you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. Some attributed the sales decline of the Chrysler PT Cruiser to the fact that it received few updates. And it could haul far less than it asked to. After all, the PT Cruiser could only handle 865 pounds. That's less than Magnus Magnuson.
As in people in it?
Yes, and it can't haul more. It can't haul more than 1,000 pounds. You couldn't take Eddie. You couldn't take Murder Fist. You couldn't take me. Yeah, me, Eddie, Holden now.
No, Holden, yeah.
Yeah, but you could have got you can't. You couldn't.
Literally couldn't do it.
No, you couldn't take us. We just sit there.
What a dump. What kind of car is that?
This episode's brought to you by PT Cruiser.
PT
we haven't
Cruiser.
read the ads yet.
Could it happen again? All right, let's do Hero of the Week.
It's a Hero of the Week.
A man won $40,000 in a lottery after psychic tells him his dead dad wants him to buy a ticket.
Hey.
So isn't that exciting?
That is fine.
A psychic informed a man from Maryland.
Well, he just made himself money.
So a professional psychic informed the 55-year-old resident of Washington County that his departed father wanted him to start purchasing Powerball and Mega Millions tickets. And the guy says, my dad was an avid lottery player. The man claimed that the psychic also gave him a set of numbers that were purportedly passed down from his father. But when those numbers failed to produce results, he resorted to purchasing quick pick tickets.
So his father also sent numbers from hell.
He did not
and
know.
It did not,
No. He did. That was a misdirection. So now the man won $40,000 thanks to a ticket he bought at the Brunswick Corner Store for the Mega Millions drawing on November 18th.
I know my dad told me to buy that ticket, but I'm just going to buy one more ticket.
Yep.
Seeing now the fact that my father lost most of our money gambling on the lottery.
Well, he says, we're at a point in our lives where the kids' student loans have been paid off and we no longer have a mortgage.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to take that money, rip it up, put it in a toilet, and flush it. But he did win $40K.
He won $40K, which is $20K.
That's not the lesson he should have learned.
No, absolutely not. And perhaps you could stop there. But it's nice that he has a little bit of income coming in. Also,
did you see that story with the football guy saving the people from the fire?
Now, did a psychic tell him to buy a lottery ticket? So also, runner-up 120 million years ago, they found a dinosaur that ate a mouse. Did you see that?
I don't know. No.
So yeah, there's this dude.
I didn't.
There was so they found out that this Cretaceous period, it's called the Cretaceous period.
It ate a mouse?
A dinosaur wolfed down its last meal. It was a mouse.
That's so
But they thought that this didn't eat, they thought that the dinosaurs didn't eat other animals.
They can eat whatever they want.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's annoying. Was like, I think they were not carnivores. It's like, yeah, they were carnivores. So why do you think they have those fucking teeth?
Well, they can chomp. And also now we know that horses can eat ducklings.
Yeah,
we've seen that
we've
video.
Seen the footage.
We've seen that they do eat weird
Everything
shit.
eats meat.
I mean,
if
some
it's hungry
don't.
enough.
Some plants
if
don't.
It's hungry enough. No.
Well, Venus flytraps.
Absolutely.
Are bugs?
Well, you always say we'll be eating them soon, but I don't think so.
You ain't even going to know that you're eating it. No, look, former Nebraska QB Tommy Armstrong Jr. helped rescue neighbors from a burning house.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Okay, thank you, Tommy Armstrong. Fantastic. All right, let's do letters.
All right. Now, right before the break, I asked the question of what's the most dangerous lawyer job, right? What is
Oh man, we didn't even cover that story of the divorce attorney who got shot by the fucking dude who was unhappy with the proceedings.
It happens a lot. And
scary.
The thing that came back was how dangerous it is to be a divorce and family attorney.
Woo!
A lot of fucked up shit happens because
people
one letter here, we said we've had people regularly threaten to shoot our building up. We've had people try to hack our payment processor so they can intercept and deny their wife's payments so we would quit, right? That's one thing. A client who claimed to belong to a biker club. Long story short, her case was set to fail from the get-go due to her threatening her former husband and his kids. We did not win her case. About a week later, she showed up with 2 Ben-sized goons and demanded to meet with my boss. I buzzed him to let him know, then walked the client and her goons back. My boss had his 38 special on his table, and once they saw it, everybody acted very polite and professional for the duration of the meeting. Isn't that fucked up?
That's kind of cool.
There's that one. There's another one that was in family law. It's really family law is fucked.
Oh, dude, it's the saddest one you could do.
Well, because again, we've said a lot of times, the most dangerous time to leave in an abusive relationship is that's the most dangerous time is when you leave.
When you leave,
and then that process can be really fucked up because now they're flailing, especially if you're dealing with a quote unquote sadistic narcissist.
Well, we talked about that psychopath for our Santa Claus our Santa Claus killing episode.
It wouldn't let it go, right? Wouldn't let it go. And now that you are let go, they have become, because they're so used to being this like ultimate power center in their own lives. They don't understand how somebody could defy them, right?
Right.
I've been a paralegal for 15 years, working in my current job for the last 12. We handle a variety of cases, a pretty even mix of family law, litigation, personal injury, and criminal defense. Our criminal clients are by far the sanest, most pleasant, and easiest people to work with. On the opposite end of that spectrum, we have the clients going through divorces or custody battles. The lengths people will go to and the harm they will inflict on their children to get what they want, just to get back at their exes, soon-to-be exes, is appalling. We've had couples wipe out hundreds of thousands of dollars in life savings to litigate their divorce simply because they want to inflict the most harm possible on their former spouse. And a lot of matrimonial attorneys really love getting like almost personally involved in the back and forth, negotiating, which means they love to write long, scathingly aggressive letters and act catty in general towards the opposing attorney. My boss finds this hysterical, and so he loves to fuel the rage of these types of vicariously aggressive lawyers by writing ridiculously nasty letters back to them. We've successfully snuck Darth Vader quotes into at least 10 letters over the years. As for divorce custody cases where the other side just didn't get an attorney, those are almost always a nightmare if the other side is a husband representing himself. I've had to call the police a number of times because irate men barged into the office demanding to see their wife's attorney and then get loud and threatening violence when they were told that said attorney is not around to meet them, right? Pro tips for screening clients. If they have enough money to hire a lawyer, but the case has been going on for over a year and they still don't have a lawyer, that means they are probably such a colossal pain in the ass that their prior attorneys abandoned them. You see this a lot in divorce and post-divorce cases where there's animosity between the couple. And again, it's always on the kids. They're always dividing these kids back and forth. That's why, again, I mean, but I guess get divorced. Don't kill your spouse.
No.
But I think the best thing to do is just get in a car and drive to fucking Mexico.
Yeah, I know it's emotional, but just be cool, man. It's
hard. Well, divorces are the single most brutal thing.
I know. It's moving and divorces, and you got to do both at the same time. But of course, that's why there's great music for it.
There's great music for it.
If you're going through divorce, there's great tunes. Whether you're male, female, there's great artists all around. They got divorce tunes, Little Red Wine. You'll get through it. Just sometimes you have to sleep it off for like maybe even 6 months. Just sleep.
I just understand you're getting out, man. Just move on to the next person. Just get out there. Fucking start getting railed
at
the VFW.
Take it from me. My longest relationship is now Puffin, followed by Jerry.
Well, hey,
they're dogs.
But guess what?
They are dogs.
You don't make love to them.
No, I do not. I do cuddle Jerry, though, and Puffin, I give him whatever he wants. So you got to live every day knowing for a fact, if you're single, don't worry, all right? Because getting married's hard. You got to be ready for it. Absolutely.
Right? Are you going to love the fact that you can get out there? Right? You can mix it up, and when you do finally found that special person, which everybody does, including the person we didn't cover, the guy that boiled all the puppies together in a crock pot and then murdered 2 teenagers, he was married twice.
Yeah.
So anybody can. You know what I mean? You can find your person, but you have to really, I'd say laugh about how low your standards can get. But then raise them back up because those standards should be locked tight, right? You should set up. You should have a list of attributes that person must fulfill before they can possibly cross the line to that coochie.
I don't.
Because you ain't crossing that line,
either.
that coochie, unless you got a ticket, my friend.
So be open but guarded.
I think it's good. Yeah, like a goalie net,
like a bar.
Like a bar, yes.
Have a little
like
bouncer, but it's open.
And I also want to remind people, lastpodcastnetwork.com, go get these tickets. Release the Butthole Cut, Page 7 Wizard and the Bruiser. They had a wonderful little run right before the break, and they are back out there in San Francisco.
Yes,
Friday, January 13th at the Independent, and Sunday, January 15th. They're here in the welcoming bosom of Los Angeles.
Sweet.
Here at the Bourbon Room.
I heard a couple of people that went, and they said they had a fantastic time.
It's very fun. So they put a lot of work into this. And they are singing a lot of songs.
You know what? It's them.
That's them.
That's them. They're more jellical than we are.
They are. They're way more jellical than I've ever been. Man.
That's why it takes everyone.
It does.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Hail yourselves.
Here's Satan.
Congratulations, everybody.
Look, I'm going to feel better, right? I was feeling a little sad before, but what I'm going to do, there's a light. Big Kizzle. There's a camera.
So stupid.
There's a microphone. There's a computer. There's my male titties.
Yes.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Hello, I'm Ozempic.
And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca?
No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Courage. I learned it from my adoptive mom. Hold my hand.
You hold my hand. Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.